Hi everyone, welcome to this big finale of Style and Color Trophy. I'm Claudio Pacheco, L'Oréal Professional artist from Portugal and art director of Chiado Studio, a L'Oréal Professional concept store. It's a big pleasure to be here today and I'm going to show you one of the most wanted hair trends ever, French balayage. Today I'm going to reveal all my tips and secrets to you about this amazing technique. So, we're going to start with our first mannequin. And I'm going to show you how I love to do my French balayage. So, I'm going to mix my product. And I really like to give to my clients this beautiful sun kiss effect. So, for this technique, I call surf balayage, inspired by the Portuguese surf girls. They always have the hair so cool with a nice sun touch, super French balayage. And we all know, since the COVID hit, the consumers change their habits. So we need to adapt himself to still doing our passion. We need to do the diagnose part of the service, the highest point of the visit, and personalize our color, balayage and lightening service to give to our clients the most amazing hair color experience. Before I start, I'm just going to apply my metal detox spray. It's so easy to apply, so I just subdivide the hat in like 4 or 5 sections each side. Today I'm only going to work in one of the sides of the hat. It's just to spray 2 or 3 times and come through. It's such a easiest way to protect the hair. My second section. I really love the metal detox. It was like a game changing for me and my team. It's so much easier than the old protected additives. It's just spray on the hair and we can do all colors we want. It's just that easy, like I did last section. After apply the spray, we mix our product. And today for my French balayage, for this surf balayage technique, I'm mixing Blonde Studio 8 Boundary Insights with 1 and 1.5, so 40 grams of product and 60 grams of peroxide. I'm going to use 40 volumes to give the maximum lift in this technique. So I'm just going to do my half hat. If we're doing it on the salon, you can switch each side. So I'm going to do left and after I do right and continue in the same scenery. So easy that technique because I can do the front section at the same time I do the back. So make me the lift more even. So my first section will be more or less 3 centimeters of section on the back with a round diagonal back. So I like to work with the round synergy of the hat. So I'm going to start on this first section. So I just need to take some product, apply on my board, warm up the product to have a nice consistency. I like to mix my product, if it's for normal to thick hair, 1 and 1.5, like I did. 40 grams of Blonde Studio Bonder Inside with 60 grams of peroxide, 40 volumes. But if the hair is quite heavy or fine hair, it's better to work 1+1 to give a little bit of more thick texture. So I'm going to start to painting my first section using my L'Oréal Professionnel Balayage brush. I start to painting with a very delicate, I just draw my baby lights close to the regrow. I use surface application. Just turn a little bit. I like to work, this time I'm going to do some like baby lights, very fine, just very gentle strokes to create a perfect blend close to the regrow. I continue moving my technique to the middle and I start to introduce a little bit more product to saturate the hair in the middle and completely saturate the ends. It's just that simple. It takes a little bit of practice to create like the perfect blend, but we can always improve our work. Okay, first section. And to achieve a maximum lift, I'm going to protect with cellophane, or we can protect with some foils. So next section, I'm going to connect the back of my mannequin with the front of the head. So another diagonal curve section. And it's why I really like that technique, because I can have lighter at the ends and lighter at the front on the same processing time. So I'm going to divide more or less in 3, contouring, and this big section in 2. Again, warm up some product on my brush. And here we go. So I'm going to start to do like some baby lights close to the regrow with a nice fade. I really enjoy to work with these open hair techniques. Continue and saturate the middle and really saturate the ends to have a maximum lift. I really want that pops of color, and after I'm going to show you the final result. Next section. Continue the same synergy, but if you want, and I always like the hair a little bit lighter at the front and a little bit deeper at the back, we can do the same baby light techniques, but a little bit higher, close to the face, and a little bit further to the back. Like a slightly diagonal on my baby lights. Just saturate really well the ends of the hair. And now the most important part, the hairline. I'm going to start to painting really close to the hairline to create like a nice color contouring. I like to do on the last section close to the face frame, double application. I apply on that side, so close to the face, and I am going to apply on top to create a stronger lift and more dimension. Balayage for me, it's all about dimension. We can choose where is our negative points and where is our positive points. So lighter and dark parts, protect with the cotton. So after we will see more dimension at the back with all that negative points and a very nice pop of color around the face with more positive points, more lighter points. So protect with my cellophane. And I'm going to move to my third section. And how you can see this technique, it's so easy to do. And we can adapt in every length of hair. Short hair, long hair, even really long hair. Okay. Exactly the same synergy. So I just need to add some product. And after the processing time, you can choose if we do 15 minutes of processing time to have a stronger lift, or just 20 to 10 minutes to have like a very soft balayage. We can customize all our colors with the dialight. It's one of my favorite tools to customize our colors. We can create a beautiful blend with dialight. We can warm up or cool down our colors. And it's really incredible when we mix Metal Detox, Blonde Studio Bonder Inside, and dialight. It's like the powerful strength for the hair. It's like amazing. So one more section with some positive points and some dimension. My second subsection, the same synergy. So a little bit lighter at the beginning and a little bit darker at the back. I spent the last years practice this technique to make me feel really comfortable to do it and have like the perfect dimension and synergy between positive and negative spaces. But I really enjoy it because it looks really natural, like sun kiss effect, a young surfer. So my section to the front, and we know it, we're going to do painting around the face and on top again to have more positive points. So let's do it, very gentle strokes close to the regrow to create a very soft sun-kissed touch. Sometimes you can go really close to the face to have a nice pops of color on the baby hairs. After the same on top of the section, and saturate the last centimeters of the hair. So I just did my third section with the same synergy. I like to use the cotton to protect this double face application. I'm going to protect with some cellophane. Okay, and I'm just going to do 2 more sections. So the last section, it's like a halo on top of the head with a nice C curvature. To show you, so this will be my last section. If we'll do the full head, both sides will be like a halo on top of the head, and we should divide in two, like I'm going to do. So last section before the halo, and here it's really important to have the perfect synergy between some depth and some dimension at the back and some nice lift around the face frame. So just warm up some more products on my board. Okay. Here I want a little bit more dimension at the back, so the first one, baby light, I go a little bit higher, my positive point, but the other ones I'm go a little bit deeper, not so high, to create a really nice synergy of color. For me, the most important part of balayage is give to the hair a really natural sun-kissed touch. It's like one of my favorite points of balayage, needs to be like natural, needs to look natural. So my second section. Just turn a little bit the heads. Okay. Again, exactly the same synergy we did in all our sections. The first one a little bit higher, and we work diagonally back to create something a little bit deeper and natural. And I really like to work with this L'Oréal Professionnel Balayage brush. It's so much easier to work with the product and create a nice fade. Okay, one more. And just here we're going to do two subsections. So I really want a really nice color contouring. So I'm going to divide like a triangle close to the hairline. So I'm going to isolate that triangle to do it after. And I'm going to do a really nice painting on this surface of the hat. Will be my money piece. Like everyone says, this is the most important part of balayage. It's the money piece. If we do it right, you can charge like $1 million. If you do it bad, your client isn't going to like. So I pull my hair up and I'm start to painting with a very gentle strokes. We need to be very careful. It's close to the hairline. Pull all my baby hairs into the color to have a nice color on the baby hairs and a very nice fade with natural color with our new sun-kissed color. This is why French balayage it's one of the most hair trends ever. The hair looks so natural, the hair looks so much with so much dimension. So very gentle strokes. If we need, we can go with your tiny finger and blend all that baby hairs. We're going to add some cotton to protect. We're going to pull down our section, and we're going to continue doing the same painting. So, and the same painting, it's the first point higher, the second point a little bit below, like a very soft baby light, and the third point even below. And the rest of the section we're going to saturate to have a really nice face framing. So on that mani piece, we're going to have double application behind the section and on top of the section. If your clients want something a little bit more natural, not so intense around the face frame, I prefer to do just on top of the section, not to doing under the section, because under the section will give me a really strong effect, like I'm going to show you at the end. And my triangle. Because I really want a pop of color around the face, I need some shadow on that triangle to create more dimensions. So on that triangle, I'm just going to add a baby light close to the middle part and work with the diagonal back application, like a diagonal, but back, diagonal back application, and saturate just the ends. It's, for me, balayage, it's all about application and dimensions, and we need to know where is the, like the perfect sections to create more and less dimensions. So that a little bit of negative space will give me a really nice and strong pop of color around the face. So my last section, and you can see this technique, it's so easy to do. We're going to subdivide our halo in two. I'm going to add a little bit more product on my boards. Just need to turn a little bit the doll. Okay. So the one off the back, with more shadow, so more dimension, more negative space, and the one at the front a little bit lighter. So always think with that synergy, shadow and dimension at the back, and some pops of color and lighter at the front. So at the back we're going to use an inverted V shape to create this nice synergy. Like you can see, this nice V shape, inverted V shape, give me a pop of color but a nice contrast at the back. And saturate the ends. And we're just going to finish our last section. The one on top. And I really like that technique because I already did our contouring. So our contouring will be a little bit lighter than the top of the section. if we just like process 30 minutes, that section will be with 45 minutes, and the last section just will be with 30 minutes. So give me a nice shadow contrasts. So on top section, I'm going to do some slightly baby lights, because we know the sun lifts the hair more on top and on the front and gives the hair a little bit darker at the back. So it's why I call to this technique surf balayage. So you can see 3 points of light on the top. Introduce more product, very gentle in the middle to have a nice lift, and really saturate the last centimeters to have a pop of light on that hands. Okay, I just did that, my first technique, and it was like so quick to do it. And I'm going to show you my second color technique. It's a technique just for curly hair, and it's so easy to do it. Sometimes I just spend like 5 to 10 minutes to do it on my clients. So I'm just going to mix my products, my new brushes, and of course my new product. I'm going to use Clay 7. So really makes me easier to do balayage and open hair techniques. Doesn't need protection, so the hair doesn't going to bleed. And it's my favorite balayage to work with the apprentices, so they can learn how to do balayage much easier than with the classic bleach. So that product, it's more elastic because they have some clay inside. Just mix. I need to wear my gloves. I already wear my gloves. So on that mannequin, I already did the application of my metal detox, and this is technique for curly hair. So I'm just going to subdivide the hair in 3. The synergy of sections, it's very similar to the last technique, but a little bit bigger sections. So I just need a towel to clean my hands. So I'm going to use the Clay 7 just to have a touch of light. Had some Clay 7 on my board. I'm going to use a painting brush, a little bit bigger than before. And I really want that sun-kissed look on curls. So I'm just going to start to do like a chunky painting, a heavier painting on the curls. Because we know the clients with curly hair sometimes have not a lot of hair, but with that kind of technique and dimension, the hair will be looks like bigger. After painting with a brush, I just go to with my fingers with some palm painting close to the regrow to create a nice blend, and continue and saturate the last centimeters with a lot of product because I want that pops of color, and continue to saturate with my fingers. So the sectioning it's quite similar, but the application it's really different. So some blend, surface application, and saturate the ends. One section it's already done. So if we're doing like a full hat, today I just do half hat to show you. You can work like left and right to have a even lift on both sides. My second section. So we're going to do just on top a big halo. To show you. So the big halo will be the last section, and the middle of the hair will be my second section. So we can just subdivide in back parts, bangs, and the side. So just 3 sections. It's why on that technique we need to use some brush and palm painting. And you will see the final color result with this technique. It's like amazing. So some brush painting, just surface. We can add some product on both sides of the hair, like on top, right and left, never underneath, to create a nice dimension. And start to introduce more product to the ends. And right now I just need to do my palm painting on the curls and start to saturate the last centimeters with my hands. Just clean. One more section. So my side section. So I'm going to introduce again on all the directions, like side section, top section, and the other side section. I think you can see like all the sides except underneath. Just a little bit of palm painting, and after we can play again with our light to give to this color a really nice vinyl gloss, a really nice shine, a really nice color. So just saturate the last ends of the hair and with my fingers. Okay, one more, and you can see it's so quick. I just move to my last section on the middle. It's the bangs. So on curly hair, I always like to see some color contrast with the skin tone. So I'm just going to use the same synergy. I'm going to apply some product on top and in both sides, and leave the underneath of the hair with a nice shadow. So some product on my brush, on my board, sorry. So start to painting. You can choose if you want something a little bit lighter or with some shadow, how much stronger you do your painting, and how much it's a distance. Because if I want something very slightly like super sun-kissed, I can above like the root area and start my painting like 3 or 4 centimeters from the regrow. But I always like to have like that sun-kissed baby light look close to the regrow. So that's why I always go really higher with my bleach, with my products. And after, if I want some shadow, sometimes I use my D-light to give me that shadow. So after the call I can choose. If I want that baby light effect, I just do like one dialight with my nourishing gloss to give a nice vinyl shine, or if I want a little bit more shadow close to the roots but not so deep like natural hair, I can work, for example, with a 7 of dialight and a 9, a 8 or a 10 of dialight on mid-lens lens. On this technique, after I'm going to add my dialight. For this technique, I'm going to mix my 731 of dialight with my 902 with dialight. So I'm going to apply the first 10 centimeters of the hair with dialight and leave for 5 minutes, and the rest of the hair and leave for more 5 minutes. So with the same shade, I customize the shade, so I mix my 902 with my 731 with 6 volumes developer. I did 5 minutes close to the regrow and more 5 minutes mid-lens lens. Okay, on the last section I did the same color application, like you can see, behind a nice shadow to give me a nice dimension, and on top I apply on both sides because I want that sun-kissed look, like give me like a baby light effect. My last and back section, a little bit more product on my board, perfect. And exactly the same, I pull that section back to apply in both sections, on both sides, sorry. My palm painting to create a perfect blend on that curly hair. Start to saturate the middles with more product and really saturate the ends. For me, work with curly hairs, it's so interesting and fun. You can do that kind of crazy and natural textures with color. Okay, I already finished, and like I spent 7 minutes to do it, I don't know, but you can check. Half head, so you can do the full head in 15 minutes and create a nice synergy with this sun-kissed look. And just remember, work in both sides of the section, but never behind, to give me that nice dimension on curly or straight hair. It's more or less the same synergy. Just, I really like on curly hair to work on more chunky pieces to give me more dimension, and the ends of the hair, it's always fine. And on normal wavy hair, we can work with more sections to give a nice highlighted effect. So just before finish this masterclass, I'm going to show you the final result. So this is the final result of my first mannequin. I can put both here. My surf balayage effect with my French balayage technique. You can see that strong pop of color around the face. I really like that money piece, that strong color around the face, the nice dimension at the back, but the color looks like super beachy effect. And I did a nourishing gloss on that technique, and I use, of course, my dialight, my favorite tool, to gloss all my colors and balayage and lightning surface. So I just did 9-13 on the regrow with 6 volumes developer and 10-13 with 6 volumes developer. So I just applied my 9-13 on the first 5 centimeters on the regrow, and automatically I just did my 10-30 with 6 volumes. Always work with 6 volumes. I really like to work with 6 volumes. So my 10-13 on the rest of the hair, and I'm processing for 20 minutes to give me that beautiful sand tone. I really like that surf technique. So, and the curly one, it's so nice. You can see this is the curls after the processing time and the nourishing gloss, and of course after using metal detox, like you know it. Apply the pre-treatment spray before the color, and after the color we using the detoxifying shampoo before the gloss, and after the gloss again the detoxifying shampoo, and we treat with the care or the mask. So I really hope you enjoy it. I love that color and I love that technique on curly hair. Give me a really nice color contrast and textures of color and the pops of light on the ends. So, and remember, I did 731 from Dialite with 902 from Dialite with 6 volumes developer in equal parts. Processing time, the first 5 minutes on the regrow and the last 5 minutes on the rest of the hair, the same color formula. Sometimes we don't need to mix 2 formulas. You can use the same formulas in 2 processing times, or add just a little bit of and add a little bit of clear in my color formulas just for the ends. So this is my 2 final color results. I really hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much for the invitation, L'Oréal Professionnel Mexico. I hope to see you soon, and good luck for all the finalists. You can follow my work on my Instagram account, Claudio Pacheco Hairstylist.